everyone. I am Kotonoha Aoi. Today, I am going to introduce some anime that our channel owner really wants you to check out. Hey sis, don't forget about me. Akane, what are you doing here? From today, I'll be joining to help explain and talk about the anime too. Nice to meet you everyone. I am Kotonoha Akane, Aoi's younger sister. Alright then, I've got some notes from the channel owner. So let us follow them and get started. Got it, sis? Today, we are introducing for anime that our channel owner highly recommends. But don't you think the anime they watch are a little too old? Yeah, even looking at the notes they gave me, there aren't any recent titles. Well, that could actually be a good thing. Older anime might surprise viewers with hidden gems they've never heard of. Yeah, that is true. Alright then, let us get started with the list. Here are the 4 picks, listed in no particular order, so it is not ranked by preference. The creator loves all of them equally. Neon Genesis Evangelion series, Little Bastards, The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, Craze, Gridman. Aside from Gridman, these are all relatively older series, right? The creator watched a lot of anime between the late 2000s and mid-2010s. Anime from the 2000s has a very different art style and storytelling approach compared to today, right? Exactly. Compared to the 2020s, trend settings and world building have changed a lot. It might be fun to make a separate video analyzing what kinds of settings were popular in each era. That sounds great. But for now, can you explain what each of these anime is about? Of course. Let us go over what makes each one special. First up is Neon Genesis Evangelion, a legendary anime that became exclusively popular in Japan when it aired. Evangelion indeed, but the one with the super confusing plot that no one can fully understand. Exactly. Even among hardcore Eva fans, people are constantly theorizing and debating about its meaning. One famous example is the 14-year time skip between the movies Evangelion 2. 0. You cannot advance in 3. 0. You can not redo. Fans have spent years speculating about what happened during that gap. Okay, so I get that it is confusing, but what is the actual story? The main plot follows Shinji Iori, a 14-year-old boy, and others who pilot giant human-like combat machines called Evangelions created by humans to fight mysterious beings known as angels. So, these Evangelions are kind of like robots, and angels are kind of like aliens? Yes, that is a simple way to put it. You could think of it as Shinji and the other pilots fighting aliens to protect Earth. But it is not just about giant robot battles. The show also dives deep into raw, often intense depictions of human relationships and emotions, which is one of its biggest strengths. So the appeal is not only the action, but also the complex and realistic human drama. Next is Little Bastards, a work by Key, the studio behind their Clan At and Angel Beats. I've heard of Key's works before, but what exactly makes them so special? Since our time is limited today, I can't really dive into explaining or analyzing the themes common to Key's works. So maybe we can save that for another time. Yeah, that sounds good. I am personally curious about the history of Key's works, so I do like to hear about it sometime. Alright, let us move on to explaining the story of Little Bastards. Little Bastards is a series full of both laughter and tears, depicting the bonds of friendship. It is famous as one of Key's masterpieces, and it was really fun to watch. Yeah, I think friendship is definitely the main theme. Friendship is a common theme in Japanese anime, but what makes Little Bastards special Its biggest strength is that it is not just a simple story about friendship. Each character's past and hidden secrets are deeply woven into the plot. True, the everyday scenes are full of jokes and lighthearted fun, but when the serious moments hit, they really tug at your heartstrings. Exactly. The balance between comedy and drama is just right, and in the final episodes, all the foreshadowing is resolved and the meaning behind the title is revealed. That is part of its charm. And once you know that, watching from episode 1 again gives you a whole new perspective. Yeah, that kind of second watch realization is a very key-like touch. If you haven't seen it yet, I hope you watch it all the way through and experience the emotions for yourself. Next up, we have one of the most legendary anime of the 2000s, The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. Back then, it was said that every middle and high schooler was trying to memorize the ending dance. You mean the Hare Hare Yukai dance, right? That was super famous. I've even seen it on YouTube. Yeah, the channel owner told me he was all the rage back when they were in school, and they worked hard to learn the dance too. The dance is so iconic that I kind of forgot what the actual story was about. Can you remind me, sis? Let us dive into the story of The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. It is about a high school girl named Haruhi Suzumiya, who has the unconscious ability to bend the laws of the universe. A male student, nicknamed Kain, gets caught up in all sorts of bizarre sci-fi incidents because of her, and though he says, "Oh great" a lot, he doesn't really mind tagging along. Wait, she can bend the laws of the universe? So, like she has superpowers? Well, there is actually a separate character, who is the psychic. But to put it simply, it is like, hey, he has always wanted to meet extraordinary people like alien sidekicks and time travelers. Hold on, in a school setting? There is no way aliens or time travelers just show up. Oh, but they do. Aliens, time travelers, psychics, even regular humans, who just get dragged into the chaos. No way. So is it more of a slice of life comedy? Yeah, for The Melancholy arc at least it is mainly about witty banter and comedic pacing. Last up is Gridman, which aired in 2018 and is based on a Japanese tokusatsu hero series. Tokusatsu? You mean like those live-action hero shows, kinda like Kamen Rider? Exactly. In Japan, one of the most famous examples is Kamen Rider. Gridman is actually based on the 1993 live-action shooting challenging Gridman the Hyper Agent. But the art style looks so different compared to the original. Why is that? There are Easter eggs for people who watch the original. But honestly, even if you've never seen a single tokusatsu show, you can still enjoy it. All good? That is our relief. Alright then, let us jump into the story of Gridman. The protagonist, Yuda Hibiki, wakes up with amnesia and collapses in front of his classmate Rika Takara's house. At her family's junk shop he encounters Gridman, who speaks to him through an old PC. When kaiju start appearing in the city, Yuda fuses with Gridman to fight them, teaming up with Ryuka and their friend Utsumi to form the Gridman Alliance. The kaiju are actually controlled by their classmate Akane Shinju, and behind her lurks a mysterious being named Alexis Karib. And honestly, both Ryuka and Akane, the two main heroines, are just ridiculously cute. Cute girls are justice. So the day we introduced for anime that the channel owner especially loves. But for an intro video, we only got the basics. I kinda want to dive deeper into them. Yeah, I do like to make videos with more detailed breakdowns and personal insights about each series. If there is any of the four anime you'd like us to cover in more detail, or even other shows you're curious about, just leave a comment. Yeah? We really want to use your comments as inspiration for the next video, so please drop one. Alright, we'll wrap it up here for today. And if you've been watched this far, please like, comment, and subscribe. It makes both us and the channel owners super happy, and it really boosts motivation for future videos. Bye bye!